Inside Gaming is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Keep your location private from the strangers you game with online at expressvpn.com/inside. Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It's the weekend roundup. So by now, you've heard the news. Google has shut down Stadia's internal studios that were supposed to make exclusives for the streaming platform, but instead they made, well, nothing. Who saw this coming? Everyone? Yes, everyone did. So Stadia boss Phil Harrison, who should never be in charge of anything video game related ever again in his life, made the announcement. He said that we've decided we will not be investing further in bringing exclusive content from our internal development team, which is Stadia Games and Entertainment, beyond any near-term planned games. Near term? How about any term planned games? He said that most of the team, though, will be moving to new roles in Google, so that's good news, but that Jade Raymond, who is head of game creation at Stadia, will be leaving. Harrison added that Stadia is still here, writing, "We're committed to the future of cloud gaming and will continue to do our part to drive this industry forward." So, all right, let's dig into this a little bit and talk about what this means. So the big question going forward, is Stadia dead at this point? Is this the end? Now, I would argue this is not the end of Stadia, but it could be the beginning of the end. So Google, for its part, they're trying to put a brave face on things. They stress that Stadia will continue as a platform for third-party games. Harrison said that working with third-party developers and publishers, quote, is the best path to building Stadia into a long-term sustainable business that helps grow the industry. I think you could argue, again, this is a pretty big sign that Google is starting to pull back from Stadia, because surely going into this, they knew that video game development costs a lot of money. They're going to have to make an investment. There's no doubt game making very expensive. There was a recent report by Bloomberg that said Amazon is spending $500 million a year to make games. To make bad games. Give me 1 million of those dollars. I can make you a bad game. So yeah, even for a tech giant, 500 million is a lot of money. So why would Google pull the plug on their internal studios? Could be they just looked at Stadia's user numbers and decided it wasn't a good use of their money to develop games for a platform with not a lot of people playing it. I mean, I think that's the end of it. Look at the Wii U. That had like, what, 13 million sold? That was considered a disaster by Nintendo. Reggie Fils-Aimé, the former Nintendo of America boss, recently said the Wii U almost bankrupted Nintendo and killed it as a company. There's no way in hell Stadia has 13 million users. I would be surprised if they have 500,000. All right, so I think the bottom line here is that Google has sort of lost confidence in Stadia because, again, it hasn't drawn the numbers that they expected. And the other point here, this has come after the release of Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of people actually enjoyed playing it on Stadia because consoles were having trouble with it. This was the sort of the best use case scenario for Stadia. It was their one moment to shine, draw in new users. They probably did draw in some, but it clearly wasn't enough. Otherwise, Google would keep investing in it. So is Stadia dead? No, but these are not things you do with a healthy platform. So I don't think it's dead. I think it's probably on life support at this point. Google can say they have confidence in Stadia all they want, but actions speak louder than words. And this would not be the first time, of course, that they started a project with a lot of fanfare, only to quietly back away after a few years. Honestly, my advice, if you've got Stadia, enjoy those games on it while you can, because if they pull the plug, this is going to be a really bad illustration of the downsides of digital-only platforms. All right, we're going to get to the rest of the news in just a second, but first, let's talk about Pit Stop Coffee, you guys. Great news, the search for your favorite coffee has ended. Coffee, of course, it means something different to everyone. Me, I need to use it to deal with kids in the morning and just wake up. Whether it's your morning pick-me-up, a drink to socialize with, or if you're working from home, something to distract you from kids tearing up your house. Oh, I can relate to that so much. Or your boss who keeps bugging you about those TPS reports. That's an Office Space reference. Nice job, Pit Stop Coffee. Whatever coffee means to you, Pit Stop Coffee has you covered. They deliver premium specialty coffees straight to your door. Each order is shipped the same day it's roasted to guarantee freshness. Free U.S. shipping on all coffee orders with such a wide variety of coffees, including organic, single origin, and naturally flavored coffee. Your new favorite coffee, just a click away. Go to pitstopcoffee.com/discount/inside or use code INSIDE at checkout for 15% off your first order and subscribe for 10% off every order. That's pitstopcoffee.com/discount/inside or just use the code INSIDE at checkout. Again, 15% off your first order. And if you subscribe, you get 10% off every order What a deal. Thank you, Pit Stop Coffee. All right, moving on. We got a few Switch items to talk about. Now, there have been a lot of rumors, actually for a lot of years now, that we'd be getting a new, more powerful Switch Pro system. Well, Nintendo poured cold water all over that. During a Q&A after their financial results this week, Nintendo executives said, "We won't be seeing any kind of upgraded Switch in the coming 12 months. Bloomberg reporter Takashi Mochizuki tweeted that the company, quote, is not planning to make an announcement anytime soon when it comes to new devices. A little bit of wiggle room there, but maybe they don't just feel the need to release a new Switch because the regular one is selling great. They are doing all-time levels. They moved nearly 80 million units at this point. Now, how does that compare to everybody else? Analyst Daniel Ahmad tweeted a comparison chart with other consoles. At this point in its life, the Switch is beating everyone else, even the Wii, even the PS4. That's crazy. One more Switch item. It was also announced that the Battle Royale game Apex Legends is coming to the Switch next month, March 9th. The game's director, Chad Grenier, credited the team at Panic Button, they do a great job, for porting it to the Switch, saying, "We're very proud of what the team has been able to achieve with some smart optimizations for the Switch port to deliver a full-featured Apex Legends experience on the go." The parent company of THQ Nordiq made a couple of big acquisitions lately, and the headline here, they bought Gearbox. Of course, Gearbox makes Borderlands, and what was that one that just shut down? Battleborn. They bought Gearbox for a reported $363 million, and they sure didn't pay that for Battleborn. They also announced that they're buying Aspire Media. They're based out of here in Austin. Good folks at Aspire. For a reported $100 million. Aspire, they're known for porting franchises like Star Wars. They do a good job. I think they port Borderlands too. Gearbox's new parent company will be Embracer. They own, obviously, THQ Nordiq. They own Koch Media and Saber Interactive. Eurogamer reports that all 550 current Gearbox employees will be retained, as well as CEO Randy Pitchford. He will continue to lead the studio and make everybody suffer through his magic tricks. If you're wondering, 2K said they will still be the publisher of Borderlands games going forward. EA Sports, they're coming back to college football. Now, you might remember the NCAA football franchise was on ice for several years, but EA Sports Vice President Daryl Holt told ESPN they're going to be coming back with a new entry, EA Sports College Football. Looks like they took out the NCAA there. No return date yet, but Holt said it won't be coming back this year. It's going to have over 100 teams. As of now, though, EA Sports won't use rosters that include the names or images of real-life players. That's because of current NCAA rules. More big news this week, the Mass Effect Legendary Collection, which remasters the trilogy, is due out May 14th. It's coming to PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. It's going to be backwards compatible with current gen consoles. Pretty insane collection. More than 40 DLC packs, as well as Mass Effect 3's extended cut. Still keeping the controversial ending, though. Mac Walters, the project director, was quoted by The Verge as saying, "The opportunity now to be able to go back with all those lessons learned and with all of the advancements has been a dream for me. You don't often get a chance to revisit a lot of these things." Yeah, dude, they've remade games before. But whatever, it's still cool. According to the trailer, the games are remastered in 4K Ultra HD. Sadly, though, no multiplayer. Walters told Game Informer that getting all of that to work would be too complicated, but still pretty good collection. All right, time for our 5-second review. This just made me miss Twisted Metal, to be honest. I want the ice cream car, the one with the crazy clown. Was that? I think so, yeah. All right, let's talk about the games coming out next week. First up, Death Crown is a minimalist real-time strategy game in a 1-bit style. Wow. Where you will play Death herself, commanding her legions and punishing humanity's kingdom for its overconfidence. Everything is very simple. You only have barracks producing troops, mines producing gold, and towers protecting your building. Every building integral to your success. It comes to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch February 11th. Little Nightmares 2 is a suspense adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy with the kissing disease. Just kidding. He's trapped in a world that has been distorted by an evil transmission. Together with a new friend, Six, you set out to discover the source of the transmission. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch February 10th. I think that's PC, and everywhere else February 11th. Galgun returns. Yeah. The infamous Eki rail shooter is back. Fight back with pheromones as girls throw themselves at you, a gentleman of culture, and try to find true love in less than a day. Discover a beautifully reimagined version of the first game of the series that never came to the West. It comes to PC, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch February 12th. Rover Wars. What if MOBA and RTS games had a baby? Well, sounds like it's going to be Rover Wars then. It combines resource management, farming, building, and strategy into an intense tug of war, fight in an interplanetary campaign, and challenge your friends in the configurable battle mode. Rover Wars might be your gateway ticket into the strategy genre. If MOBAs and RTS games had a baby, that would be painful, I think. It comes to the Xbox One February 12th. And finally, a big one, Super Mario 3D World Plus Bowser's Fury. Now, you might remember Super Mario 3D World from the Wii U, or you might not because you didn't buy a Wii U. It was a good game though. You can choose from Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. You set off to save the Sprixie Kingdom. Each character has a distinct playstyle. Luigi can jump extra high. Peach can float for a short time. Yeah, if you played Super Mario Bros. 2, you know all this. Rosalina is also available as a playable character later in the game. Jump, dash, and pounce to reach the goal while collecting green stars, coins, and power-ups. It features the same co-op gameplay, creative levels, and power-ups as the original game, but with added improvements. What kind of improvements, you might ask, Brian? Well, characters move faster, and the dash powers up more quickly than before. There you go. In Bowser's Fury, Mario arrives on Lake Lapcat and is confronted with a rampaging Bowser. Join forces with Bowser Jr., has some daddy issues it sounds like, and venture through an interconnected world made of cat-themed everything. Enemies, flowers, even birds take on a feline form. My allergies are acting up just reading this. It comes to the Switch February 12th. That's all the news I got for you this week. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.